Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we are playing High Tide. I've just trophied 2 times in a row playing this specific list. I also have a sideboard guide that I just put out on Patreon for this list as well. And I think that this is probably the solved version. Now, I want to go into, in this deck tech, how to play High Tide, why I chose the specific cards, and maybe give you some insight into it. And then as I play through the league, I want to try and describe what's going on in the combo turn, what I'm looking for, where we are, and like all that good stuff. I do think High Tide is very powerful. Hopefully not bannable because it's fun for me to play, but we'll see. So the way this deck works is High Tide makes... until end of turn, whenever a player taps an island for mana, they add an additional blue. So with 1 High Tide, island taps for 2. With 2 High Tides, island taps for 3. 3 is the magic number because Ideas Unbound costs 2 mana, and you can splice Psychic Puppetry onto Ideas Unbound for a blue mana, and then cast Ideas Unbound and untap that island. That is mana neutral. Now, the important thing is we want to go mana positive. So if we have 2 Psychic Puppetries and 2 Active Tides, then when we untap both of our lands, we'll be +2 on mana. And then so your baseline is you want to have 3 of High Tide and Puppetry available. So 2 High Tides, 1 Puppetry, 1 High Tide, 2 Puppetries. It doesn't really matter. And then to go mana positive, you need 4 of those effects. So 2 Tide, 2 Puppetry, 1 Tide, 3 Puppetry, etc. Generally, once you have 2 Puppetries available, extra High Tides are the better thing to be getting. But I specifically have cut Reach Through the Mists here, which is a 1 draw a card that's an arcane. Not playing in the deck, and you can splice Psychic Puppetry onto it, which is great, but it doesn't make mana in as much as this other card that I'm playing, which is Hidden Strings. You can tap or untap a permanent, and then tap or untap another permanent. So Hidden Strings allows you to have something like High Tide active. So you have 3 mana, you cast a High Tide, now you have 4 mana, you cast Hidden Strings, now you're up to 6 mana, then you go Merchant Scroll for High Tide, now your island taps for 3 mana, and you can start being mana neutral and going off. It does a lot of things like that. It can give you a small mana boost in order to bridge the gap between mana neutral to mana positive, where you can go grab your other pieces that you need. Just that like little dark ritual effect. It also can tap out an opponent, but that's not usually what we're using it for. And then sideboard wise, we can bring in the snaps to disrupt creatures and provide similar effect to the Hidden Strings. I'm playing 3 pieces of the puzzle, which is reveal the top 5 cards of your library, put up to 2 instant or sorceries from among them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. I was kind of low on this, but I really got high on it after seeing Lotus Field combo from Brian Cook, where he was playing Stock Up, and Hype in our Familiars Discord was talking about this as well. It's very, very good at being a dig spell, finding more peers and stuff, but you can combine it with Brainstorm, put 2 islands on top of your deck, and then pieces. So you're just binning those islands. They don't stay in your deck from maybe a shuffle effect, and that means that the deck is better. We win the game by having Stream of Thought. So Stream of Thought is target player mills 4 cards. You shuffle up to 4 cards from your graveyard into your library, and you can replicate it for 2 blue. If you want to mill your opponent out, you need as much mana as they have deck size, rounded down to the nearest 4 plus 1. So if they have 41 cards, you need 41 mana. If they have 43 cards, you need 41 mana. That's how it works. And then after you deck them, you are going to hit them with Deep Analysis to get rid of or make them lose on that turn because they're drawing on an empty library. Once you have an empty library, you have an infinite combo of Stream, then put back a single Stream, something like Ideas Unbound, and then 1 other card. Can be really anything. High Tide, just going back in that pile, would allow you to start going way mana positive, which is great because at the end of your turn, you have to discard 3 cards for every Ideas Unbound that you've cast. Now, that's not great if you do have to pass the turn if your Deep Analysis has been exiled. So you can get to a point where you're mana positive, where your High Tides are making a bunch of mana, and then you can do something like put the pile, Stream of Thought, and then in the pile you put in Lorien Revealed, Stream, and Psychic Puppetry, using your other Psychic Puppetries to untap the lands, and then you just are mana positive that way, going off. Once you have infinite mana, you can Stream of Thought and then put back Lorien Revealed 1 card. So it's a pile of 3, and then that infinitely puts all of your graveyard into your hand. So then you have your entire hand in your entire deck in your hand. You go to end step, you discard for all your Ideas and Bounds, and then you hold on to your Muddle the Mixtures for their upkeep in case they have like a Lightning Bolt or some way to shuffle their deck in, and then that will win the game. I really enjoyed playing 4 Hidden Strings, 4 pieces of the puzzle, but you really need a Singleton Giga Drowse versus the blue decks. Because we don't want to be giving them tons of mana. So we're playing a Singleton Giga Drowse or the 4th piece of the puzzle in the main deck. The sideboard has 2 Dispels, 2 Giga Drowse. Usually I'm just going up to 3 Giga Drowse post board. 4 Hydroblast for red, 4 Snap for creatures, 2 Muddle the Mixture. This is an interesting card because it's a counterspell and also transmutes your ideas. We really are bringing this into the sideboard for the Ponza matchup, so we have an extra land and some muddles for Ponza. All right, that was long-winded. If you do want more information, the sideboard guide is on Patreon, and I will see you in the matches. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Round 1, we're on the play. First of the Dawn. We have 2 lands. We really have 3 lands. This is fine. We're planning to use our first turn to get another island. And then probably on turn 3, cast the pieces of the puzzle. Sort of depends on what our opponent's doing. I'll play my island and then pass. I like to yield until their end step. Not revealing too much information right away. Frostforge Bridge could be Rakdos Madness. That's been a very highly played deck lately. Grab an island here with the Lorien Revealed. I have more than enough lands now. I could slam the Ideas Unbound and then use it as like a looting spell. I don't think that's necessary. I'm imagining they're on Rakdos or they're on Affinity. If they're on Affinity, then I might want to discard an island to a Refurbished Familiar. Looks like they're on Goblin combo, actually. Wow. What do I want to do? I think it makes sense to cast the pieces here. So we find Peer Through Depths, and then I guess... I think I want the Hidden Strings over the Brainstorm. We have double Muddle the Mixture, which is pretty good if they're going to first day of class, because I can counter it. But this is a deck that plays a lot of Duress. I probably want to... I don't know if I want to muddle for Puppetry. It probably makes sense to muddle for Puppetry and then Preordain, starting to look for High Tides, assuming, like, if I think they're not going to be able to win on the next turn. They play out of Makeshift Munitions. So we have the Puppetry now. So let's just cast Preordain. All I need is a High Tide. I'm going to bottom both of these. I don't really need that land. Kind of Giga Drowse, that's not very good. So I will pass the turn. Our opponent has 3 mana for a Matron. Okay, so they're getting set up. We need the High Tide. If we find High Tide, we can go High Tide, Hidden Strings, Muddle for Puppetry, and then mana neutral. They play a Skirk Prospector. So let's just cast the Pier. I have no reason to tap anything. They could actually like sacrifice and then sacrifice. Find Merchant Scroll. I guess I have to take Merchant Scroll. That's the High Tide. I'll just go any order. Hidden Strings. Wait, does this do it? Let's see. Merchant Scroll, High Tide, 2 mana. Hidden Strings, 4 mana. Hidden Strings, 6 mana. That doesn't get there. I'm going to Merchant Scroll, grab the High Tide. Now, one thing I could do is... Oh, we're going to have to discard the hand size here. That stinks. Alright, I'll just pass. I'm hoping that I'm not going to die. They might be able to discard my High Tide with the Duress, but hopefully not. I maybe should have gone for it. I guess we had another land drop we could have made. I think Duress-based combo decks are pretty bad for the High Tide deck. We do have double Muddle the Mixture. If they pass the turn, they're going to die. Getting in for 2. So not a Sign of Strength. Sacrifices the Goblin Matron. Assume they're going to unearth it. Unearths a Matron, so they only have 1 black mana. which means they can't duress me and play the Putrid Goblin. They get the Putrid Goblin. Uh-oh, they have another black mana. Plays the Putrid Goblin. So I guess they could duress me, but then I have double muddle, so they'd have to take the High Tide. Cast first day of class, I will cast a counterspell. They have the win con on the table, so if they have a second first day of class, I'm just dead. They didn't have it, and we drew another High Tide, so easy peasy. High Tide. Cast a second High Tide. Now the Ideas Unbound is mana neutral, and since we have the hidden strings, we're looking to potentially muddle for another Ideas Unbound. We're going to draw 3 cards. We found Psychic Puppetry. I'll try Preordained before using the muddle. Just bottom here. This is like the worst case scenario where if I have to bottom, I think I'm going to Preordain again. We're bottoming these. Yeah, unfortunate. So we drew more lands. So now I have to muddle, grab the Ideas Unbound. I have 5 mana. This is going to be mana positive, but I really have to hit off of this. I could have taken the Stream of Thought and then streamed myself and then put stuff back. Okay, we're in a bad spot. We have to brainstorm into a hit. Brainstorm. Okay, we did hit. Put back these 2. I will cast High Tide. Cast Merchant Scroll. Now I have 4 mana from a single island. Get Peer Through Depths. I'm going to first make a bit of extra mana with the hidden strings. Holding the yes key to untap, making it easier. Then we will peer. And we want to prioritize untapping the currently tapped lands versus like tapping the land that's open. Because if I draw more High Tides, it just makes it better. We'll grab the pieces and a hidden string. Or no hidden strings. Sometimes playing pieces of the puzzle, I get confused when I'm casting the peer and I just start drawing more than one thing or trying to grab more than one thing. Luckily, I clicked the pieces there instead of both of those. So we will take Stream of Thought and Lorien Revealed. Okay. This is an interesting position because I really need to make a bunch of mana. So let's hidden strings here. So now my options are to peer my stream or Lorien Revealed YOLO and then stream. I think it's better to stream. I have so much mana. I've got 20 mana right now. So let's double stream, replicate targeting you for 2 copies. That's 11 mana. And then we will point the first one at ourselves. The other one's at you. This is just to increase the density of action in my deck. I'll put back the Stream of Thought first, and then anything that draws me lots of cards. Ideas, pieces. Okay. We want the arcanes, of course. Peer, ideas, here. And then I will put back pieces, muddle, I think brainstorm, and a scroll. Oh no, muddle over scroll, because that can get me my other ideas. And then we have how much? 11 mana. So I will cast Lorien Revealed. 6 mana left over. There we go. That was I think we maximized the opportunity there. Now I'm going to go up 1 mana, and our opponent is super dead. Draw 3 cards. Now it's sort of just going through the motions. So I wouldn't be bothered if you had to skip. But we're going to draw 3 cards and have some fun. I guess I can enable combo time as well. All right, let's go. We cast a High Tide. Now Brainstorm would be good in this position to get rid of the 2 lands. So let's actually just draw 3 off this Lorien. Where are we? There we go. Brainstorm. Put back land. Now I can cast the pieces of the puzzle to get rid of those lands forever. Getting a peer. It's fine that I only cantrip there, I think, because I got rid of 4 lands. Now I will Ideas Unbound. Draw 3 cards. And we're holding the yes key to untap. Let's see. I have lots and lots and lots of mana. Our opponent has 39 cards in deck. We could probably kill them from here. So let's start with the peer to make a bit more mana. Okay, I selected my lands. What do I see? I'll just take the puppetry and then untap the lands. Computer's working a little slowly right now. That's fine. We have 29 mana. Let's peer and then untap 4 lands. We're planning on just winning right now. I'll take I guess ideas. Because that's my favorite card to pick out of the pile. But I don't think it matters. We'll use the hidden strings to make some mana. We have 48 floating. Then I'll just tap my mana, go back to the front of my hand, blast you with this. And then we only need 9 replicates. And then the 1 original copy. That will be 40 cards, and they've got 39 in deck. We're going to yield through this turn. All these are going at you. Now, as the opponent, you should be conceding and not letting these resolve, because now I get to see your deck. I'm putting 4 cards back in my deck, including the Stream of Thought. I'm holding the OK key and not putting anything back for the other ones, because I want to maximize what I can see from them. Also, just minimize the time I'm using. Looks like clockwise I've used a ton, unfortunately. Okay, they're at 0. We will dome you with the Deep Analysis. Okay, we win. So what's up with their deck? Viscer's Insight. They have 1 Duress. Mesmeric Fiend in the main deck. 2 Mesmeric Fiends. Alright, so Snap is an option that we have. It's tough to say whether or not that's going to be good. I think that they're probably going to be bringing in Pyroblast. I don't have a good sideboard plan for this matchup specifically. So like, we know Hydroblast stops their combo. And they probably can't win if we stop their combo. So I guess I'm just going to bring in 4 Hydroblast and cut the hidden strings. And then maybe bring in Snap here, which also stuffs the combo a little bit. And then I could bring in more snaps over the muddles. Then it gets a little bit sketchy though. I will bring in just bring in 2 more snaps. We're going to cut the muddle to mixtures. This is very experimental. This is not a matchup that I had already planned out. So we'll see. So Snap can be a ritual if they don't have a Skirk Prospector in play. Hydroblast stops their combo. Snap also is good versus the Mesmeric Fiend specifically. So that's my thinking here. All right, we have Stream in hand, which is not great, but we have lands and spells, stuff to do. We can turn 1 preordain instead of fetching turn 1 and then peer on the next turn. Let's preordain. We find a brainstorm, we can brainstorm plus stream, or I find a Hydroblast. So I guess I top. This turn we're going to be drawing a land. They play out the Putrid Goblin. Play land. Pass the turn. If they have Duress, Skirk, first day of class, I'm dead. Cast a Matron. So I can Hydroblast this, or I can peer. I had to spend 3 mana on it, so I think I'm going to Hydroblast. Counter that. And then cycle a Lorien, so that's using all my mana this turn. That could have been a bait spell, though. We'll grab the island. We'll take 2 damage. Another island. So I'm going to go shields down and cast pieces of the puzzle. We'll take puppetry. This is bad, because if I don't take the stream, they can discard my stream and I'll just lose. I think it's probably worth it, though. Take puppetry peer. Okay. So that's a big risk. I'm probably going to have to stream myself on the next turn. Okay, they have the combo. So that was a bait spell. Fair enough. So they first day of class. They do the thing. They play Introduction to Prophecy, which they fetched off of the first day of class lesson. We're looking for bottom. They went top. They Fanatical Offering away a land. That was not advisable. They could have just Fanatical Offering away the Putrid Goblin. Doesn't really make any sense to do that. They have Viscer's Insight on their sacrificing. Well, I don't even know. Oh, they're Goblin. Now they're out of black mana. All right, so they have Matron, which grabs Dark Dweller, and we lose. That's okay. So I guess I probably want to just try to turn 3 them. So let's cut the snaps. Bring back in 4 hidden strings. Did not mean to cut the Ideas Unbound. We'll just trim on 1 Hydroblast. Maybe that'll work. I mean, it's a combo race. One of us is going to win on turn 3. I'm on the play. Okay, keep. So we have land, scroll for Tide. And then if I find another land, I could win on turn 3 because of the hidden strings. So it's probably worth going for it for me Hopefully they don't duress me into the ground. They play a bridge. Double puppetry. Okay. Scroll for Tide. If they tap out, I feel like we just have to go for it. We found Ideas Unbound. I'll pass the turn. This is where having the hidden strings is not great. Pass the turn again. That stinks. So will the High Tide resolve? I guess I have to try. If they have Pyroblast, I'm dead. But if they don't have Pyroblast, they're probably dead. And they have the Pyro. So that's unfortunate. We didn't draw any lands. Had a very high-powered deck here, or game plan, but yeah, Snap would not have been good here. If they play a Matron, maybe we rip a High Tide. Maybe they find a Putrid Goblin. If I find an island, I can pieces. High Tide, I win. Ah, they have another red mana. Okay, they are presenting lethal on the next turn. High Tide. Wow, they have nothing? Great. Strings. Untap. And then we will cast Ideas Unbound. I only have 2 lands in play, remember. Benefit of Hidden Strings. I'll draw 3 cards. Now I have 3 lands. Start with a Preordain. I'm going to bottom. Found a Pier. Let's Pier. Untap. I'm looking for a High Tide. Or another Puppetry. Ideas Unbound is also great. Ideas Unbound just going up in mana. That's what I need. Let's draw 3. So like I said, we're mana neutral right now. We do have the hidden strings. Let's try a Preordain first. I'm going to bottom and then top the Pier. Still trying to find a High Tide. Here, untap. So we have another Ideas Unbound. Adding cards to my hand. I'll draw 3. Just trying to see as many cards as possible. There's a Merchant Scroll. So I can strings here. Merchant Scroll. Get a High Tide. Cast a High Tide. And then we're going to strings again. We have 4 mana. This will put me to 8 mana. And then I will cast Pieces of the Puzzle, hoping to hit. I'm looking at 5 cards. We find double Puppetry and a Lorien. So I'll take the Lorien and the Puppetry. And then we have 5 mana. Let's untap my lands. So this puts me to 10 mana. I'll cast the Lorien Revealed. It's pretty sketchy right now. Found a Brainstorm. I'll try Brainstorm. Okay, bottom, or put these 2 back. High Tide. Now we're very mana positive. We can Pier. And this will get past those 2 lands. Finding another Pier. Which is good because it does give me some extra mana. I'm getting close to fizzling though. Brainstorm, put these 2 back. We have Pieces. So I have 7 mana right now. Alright, I think I can afford the Pieces. I'll take the Brainstorm and the Merchant Scroll. Those are synergistic. 4 mana for Peering. Yeah, this is those combo turns that are really sketch. Okay, we'll take the Stream. Finally found it. Untap. And let's see. So we use 1, 2, 3, 4 High Tides. 1, 2, 3, 4 Piers. So I'm going to Stream of Thought myself for 1. Put back Ideas. Here. Ideas. Ideas. I just don't have enough mana to do anything else. And now I have Brainstorm. Put back these 2. Now I have a lot more mana after having drawn this Hidden Strings. Then I will Merchant Scroll. So I have 6 mana. So I can Merchant Scroll. Grabbing the Pier. Bunch of Hydroblast in my deck. Not great. We will draw 3. So I have 2 more Ideas Unbounds in the deck. I only have 15 cards left. We're close to timing out already, unfortunately. Let's see. We drew the Pier. So I have 8 mana. Let's try another Pier. We see Ideas, Brainstorm, Stream. I will take the Ideas. We'll put the Brainstorm and the Stream on top. And then any order. You do kind of have to stack them at this point. Now I'm going to just draw 3 more cards again. All right, what did we get to? Another Ideas. Okay, draw 3. And now it looks like we're home free. Draw 3 cards. We enable combo time. So I have lots of mana. I can just draw 3 off of this. The last 2 cards in the deck are lands. Then I gotta move stuff around. This over here, this over here. Okay, so now I'm going to stream. I'm gonna, let's see, hidden strings these 2, and then display the infinite combo. Untap. Maybe they have something crazy. If they had Fairy Macabre, I'd be super dead at this point. We're going to stream ourselves. Put back stream, ideas, and High Tide. So I've chosen stream, ideas, High Tide. Okay. 3 cards in deck. Cast Lorien Revealed. Draw those 3 cards. And now, go way over here. Cast the High Tide. We will Stream of Thought U. Put back stream, ideas, High Tide. Tap my lands. We have 3 cards in deck. I'm just checking. Draw the 3 cards. Cast High Tide. I'll Stream of Thought U. And then now actually I'm going to put back stream, ideas, and a puppetry. 3 cards in deck. We'll draw 3. And now, let's see. We've got 30 mana. So let's stream you. Put back stream, ideas, and hidden strings. And then draw 3. Ideas is drawing me 3 cards, untapping some lands. Now we've got 42 mana. Hidden strings here. Untap the cards, untap the lands. Easy. We have 52 mana. I will stream you. Replicate. So now I only need... So this is 9 total sets of 4, so I need to replicate it 8 times. We will do yield through this turn. Spam click on you. Put back some cards. And then press the OK key until these all resolve. It asks us if we want to pass. We definitely do not want to pass the turn. We want to use our mana to point deep analysis at you. So a pretty solid round 1. Our opponent did win one of the games. My computer is having some major problems, so I'm going to go ahead and restart everything, start the recording back up, and I'll see you in the next round. All right, here we are in round 2 on the draw. This is fine. We can brainstorm and then preordain to clear the brainstorm, or we can use a stream of thought. Our opponent is on White Weenie. They've got a lot of, well, I guess maybe I don't need to brainstorm right away, right? I can just use the preordain to look for lands. Let's bottom the pieces and top the land. They play a Plains and a Rafine's Informant. That's going to be 4 power on the next turn. We definitely have to try and find a turn 4. So I draw land. We'll go land, brainstorm, put back the stream and the stream, preordain past them. Here's a problem because we don't have a way to get tied. So that's all we're looking for. We do have double puppetry. We play a Lunarch Veteran and a Rafine's Informant. We could die on the next turn. This is 4 damage, putting me to 15. And they have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage. If they have the rally or whatever. I guess I have to just see if I'm dead. Let's bottom and then top the brainstorm. Use the brainstorm. Did not get anywhere. So we have triple puppetry. I'll put back the 2 muddles. I could have tried to keep the muddle open for countering their spell, but I think I will put back these 2. Cast a preordain. So if I scroll for High Tide, I can't win. So I have to just still find it off the top or find hidden strings. It's not coming together here. There's a High Tide. So do you have it? Looks like they don't have it. Or they cycled an Eagle. They could still have it. Plays the Idyllic Grange. Waiting for whether or not I'm dead. And they play a Guardian's Pledge, so I'm dead. GG. So we are on the draw. We lost in their turn 4. Turn 4 is the turn in Pauper. It took me too long to find a High Tide. But we had turn 4, and they had turn 4, like I said. So that didn't really matter that much. We will get rid of those. Get rid of the Giga Drows. Maybe I keep the Giga Drows in. I think that is my plan. Bring in all the snaps. Snaps are much better than hidden strings in this matchup because it tempos them and it's still almost always a ritual. It's very unlikely that they'll have no creatures in play. All right, here we go. We have Brainstorm. Let's keep turn 1 Preordain, turn 2 Brainstorm Lorien. Then we can set ourselves up pretty nicely, hopefully. With all of the cantripping, it should be pretty well set. Our opponent's mulliganed to 5, so they don't have quite as good of a hand this time. The Rafine's Informants being a 3-power creature really helped them. Sorry about that. Preordain, I will bottom and bottom. Puppetry is good. So we like these cards. They play Plains and a Thraben. Merchant Scroll would be great. I think I'm still going to Brainstorm. Found a scroll. So I'll put back Brainstorm and Preordain. Then just grab a land. The next turn we can grab a land again. So having the Preordain where we just cast it looking for lands might not be as good as just cycling the Lorien for a land. I've recently figured out in my head that Lorien Revealed is a cantrip. It can either for 1 mana find you a land, or for 5 mana be an action spell. So you don't have to cantrip for your action spells, you just have it. I gotta go back up to 4 Lorien in all my decks. Turn 2 Suture Priest. Okay. That is a threat. We found a High Tide, so now I can land, scroll for the other High Tide. And here I should pass the turn, because I can use Lorien as an action spell like I talked about. Our opponent cracks a clue on their turn. They play a Thraben Inspector. So it's pretty likely that we could win here. I should probably go for it to just get it over with, right? Find pieces. I'll High Tide. High Tide. We still have a land drop that we can make, and we can go plus 4 mana with the Snap. So draw 3. We found the land. I guess if I scroll for a High Tide, then Snap, it'll be 4. So I'll have 8, 9 mana left over, then I can pieces. Alternatively, I could scroll for a Pier. Maybe I should just pieces right now. I'm just going to pieces. This will be 4 mana left over. We find Puppetry, which is good. And then I guess I take the Snap. And now I can snap your creature on tab. And then go mana positive, because Merchant Scroll for Pier. And then the Pier will be mana positive. Here, and since I have 2 Puppetries. Untap. Back to combo time. We're going to take the Pier. I could take the Stream, but I don't think we really need it at the moment. We will untap. Now I'm going to untap the other untapped lands, so I'm not like retapping the ones that were in play. That allows me to potentially draw into a High Tide. I find Scroll. Okay. Not the greatest. Let's scroll. Get a High Tide. My plan is to snap and then play these 2 Loriens. Hopefully I click the right card. Got the High Tide. First we can just Lorien Revealed, I guess. Didn't get anywhere. Bounce this one. Untap. And Preordain. Uh-oh. Why you do this? Oh no. We'll draw 3. This is my last draw 3. Yay. Never didn't have it. I think I have to... This is sketchy. I think I have to just Ideas Unbound first. I need the extra mana. Okay, we got lucky. Let's snap your creature. That's the last snap that we can use this game. And then we will start looping Stream of Thoughts. Target you. Replicate 1 time. Target myself. Then I'll put back any Arcanes. Let's think about this. Ideas over here. Pier. Ideas. When you go down the list, think let's take whatever is the most mana generation. Pieces. Haven't used any muddles. A Brainstorm could be okay. High Tide. And pieces. We have no like hidden strings to put back in the deck now. So I will scroll, grab the Pier, and we're trying to Pier into a draw 3. So maybe I should have put back some Loriens. Pier is going to grab me on Ideas. Now it's all gravy. Let's draw 3 again. So we're sort of back where we were before with one stream, one ideas in hand, but hopefully my deck is better. And we did draw good cards. Arcane High Tide, let's brainstorm. Put back 2 lands. Can peer through it or just stream myself. I'm going to stream. Target you. Replicate 1 time. So this is like the value of the streams. We're just able to make our deck way better. Put back stream, scroll, peer, ideas. Then I'll put back anything that draws extra cards. Lorien, and another one. Start by drawing 3. Where do we get from there? Another draw 3. So let's cast it. Snap in hand is pretty medium. Another draw 3 with an ideas mound. Should not have tapped that land. We also drew the High Tide, so that's what I was talking about. High Tide, draw 3 cards. Ideas mound on the stack, we're going to draw 3 cards. Now, way over here, might as well use the pieces of the puzzle. Digs pretty deep into my deck. Let's take here and the puppetry. Mostly because that just allows me to close faster. With 3 puppetries, we can make way more mana way faster. So let's peer. We find another peer. Okay. They have 43 cards in their deck. Let's peer. And our peer, I'm going to find. Oh, we have another one. Ideas mound. Okay. We have 37 mana. So this should be like my last spell I have to cast. We draw 3 with this Ideas Unbound, untapping all my lands. Let's just see how much mana we have. 56. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. And we will replicate it 10 times. So 10 for 40, and then 1 from the original. Make sure I do yield through this turn, just make it easier for myself. Spam click on my opponent. They did bring in Standard Bearer, it looks like. Then we'll put back stream, ideas, and ideas. And then hold the OK key. My Deep Analysis is in the graveyard, so it's going to cost me 3 life to cast it, but that's totally fine. Okay, Deep Analysis at you. Empty library, and we'll win. Now we have to win the final game post board. On the draw. So no changes to the sideboarding, we will resubmit. Okay, we've opened a hand, let's keep it. Wow. We need some arcanes. We have a lot going on though. Being on the draw, this is looking like a turn 4. So let's see what happens. They play planes and nothing. I will lead on the preordain. Gonna bottom the Lorien. I can potentially top a snap. And now I'm looking to go like turn 3 pieces, turn 4 win the game. They cast a Rafine's Informant. Battle Screech goes to the graveyard. I will cycle, not revealing that I had another land in hand. Get my land, play it, and pass. So we have to determine whether or not we could be dying on the next turn. They have 2 targets for my snaps. Plays a land. So we're probably not going to die here. At max, they have 10 damage. But I'll have to discard a card from my hand if I cast the pieces. I think it's worth casting the pieces. We'll take the Merchant Scroll and Ideas Unbound. And then what should I discard? I want that extra High Tide. So we go like High Tide, snap, snap. High Tide, snap, scroll, High Tide, snap. Ideas go off. So then I would have to get rid of one of my Ideas Unbounds, which is unfortunate. They play Idyllic Grange. Puts a counter on the Rafine's Informant. Looks like they may hold open. They're playing the Skyfisher, picking up a land. They're not holding anything open. Okay. I think we're going to win then. I mean, they don't really have a choice. I would have been scared of them having a Thraben Charm to stifle, like, to stop my snaps from working. But as it is, they didn't. High Tide. Snap this one. Untap. Luminous Phantom gains them life. Merchant Scroll. We could also just take the Puppetry, which is still, but I think High Tide's better because of the snap in hand. High Tide. And now we have 3 mana. Untap the puppetry, untap with the Puppetry and draw. Found another Puppetry and another snap. Jeez. Okay. So let's We have 4 mana. Snap this one. Untap. We have another snap we can cast. Let's start with a Preordain, see if I find an Arcane. Lands I don't need. I'll draw lands eventually. Finding a Merchant Scroll. So I could scroll for another High Tide. Seems fine. So Merchant Scroll. Get a High Tide. Then I'll snap your creature. Stream of Thought myself. Then go ideas. High Tide. Could be a little risky. Come on. There we go. High Tide. Bounce this one. Untap. So we need to maintain 4 mana. So I can cast ideas with Splice. I have 11. 5. Okay, so we will Stream of Thought you. Replicate it 1 time. And that one's going to target me. And then anything that draws cards is going back in the deck. Pieces. Scroll. Ideas. Ideas. Yes, Preordain, pieces, and scroll. And then let's draw cards. I mean, I am really relying on this draw 3, but I have a lot of faith. And we drew into it. We drew what needed. Never didn't have it. Let's peer. Actually, undo. I should probably just draw cards first, right? Draw 3. Preordain. Let's Preordain first, I guess. Deep Analysis. That's okay. That can draw me 2. Or 4 if I want to. So I guess I'll keep it. We're going to peer and untap. I will take another peer. Really, at this point, we're just trying to chain peers until we find another ideas. I moved my puppetries right under the lands. That allows me to be a little bit faster on Magic Online. We'll take an Ideas Unbound here. That would not like moving my mouse all over the screen while I'm clicking. And we'll draw 3 cards with Ideas Unbound. So hopefully you're seeing kind of some of the intricacies with piloting the deck. Cast pieces of the puzzle. We have Giga Drowse in hand, which isn't very good. Another Ideas and a peer. And we have 3 puppetries. Put the Giga Drowse way over here. Let's draw 3. Okay, I targeted my lands. We're going to draw 3 cards holding the yes key, untapping. Just drew more draw 3s. I tap my lands and then target them. I like to target, I don't know, I think probably the best for speed is targeting the bottom one first. I'm just holding the yes key to untap the lands. My computer is definitely chugging, unfortunately, so I'll probably take a wee break. All right, so we brainstormed, put some lands back. Now I can pieces, which bins the lands. I'll take double scroll. Do I even have anything I want to scroll for? I can try and see what we've got in the deck. Scroll. Anything good? Anything good? Take the High Tide. That sounds good. Can scroll again. And take a puppetry. I can even grab that snap, cast a High Tide. Put the puppetries under here. Let's start with the Preordain, see what's going on. I'll take both of these. Top. Then we can cast the Brainstorm and put back some of the cards we don't need, which is like land. And we've got 24 mana. Cast the peer. Take the pieces. 6 cards left in the deck. One of them is a snap. My computer is chugging so hard. Oh my god. So much lag. I will just take the snap. Mostly just because that gives me a little bit of mana boost and I can end the game. This is very unusual for me, seeing that clock that low. Normally I can complete the combo turn in only a few minutes. We'll spam click. We got 60 mana. Doink, hit you. So this is 41 plus 1. We need to replicate 11 times to hit the 41. Or 44 cards, I mean. And then we'll spam click on you. And put back some cards. Stream, ideas, peer, here. Doesn't matter that much as long as I put the stream back in the deck. The question is, at what point do we believe that it's deterministic, right? This is a non-deterministic combo until you have the end of game loop. But, I mean, if your opponent's got 20 cards in their hand and they are making tons of mana, maybe it's fine to just concede. And they they decided to concede with the triggers on the stack. All right, we will see you in the next round, in round 3. All right, here we are in round 3 on the draw versus Polar Robin. We've got High Tide, a couple cantrips. Looks pretty good. I'll play land and preordain. So ideas and pieces. We don't want the pieces. The ideas could be okay. We're looking to scroll for a puppetry probably. We also need to, ooh, twisted landscape. Okay, cleansing wildfire. They're probably on the wildfire Jund. We find another land. So let's go ahead and scroll for a puppetry. Grab the puppetry. So if we wanted to go off here, it would not be mana positive. It would be mana negative. We need to find other ways to get going. They refurbished us, so we'll get rid of the preordain. Then that allows me to play the pieces of the puzzle and go back up to 7 cards in hand. So land, cast the pieces of the puzzle. That undoes that, or undoes that. We'll go brainstorm, hidden strings. We don't really have to rush here. We're trying to sculpt into a situation where we're sure to win. They cast a Writhing Chrysalis, so they do have quite a clock. Getting in for 2, next turn for 6 minimum. They get in for 2 or go to 18. Let's play land. Pass the turn. I think we definitely can afford to pass here and then try to figure it out. Makeshift munitions, okay. We can brainstorm and then peer tapping the Chrysalis. So let's try it. Another High Tide, okay. So we'll put back Lorien and a land, and then go peer, cast the Chrysalis, or tap the Chrysalis, sorry. We'll take the Muddle and tap the Chrysalis. So we'll only take 2 damage. Our opponent gets in for 2. We go to 16. They fetch. Now, will they play anything else? They will not. So we'll go High Tide. Now, this is turn 5, so I still have a land drop. We do the Psychic Puppetry to go up on mana. We can now, let's see. I have 7 mana. So I think it makes sense to muddle for the puppetry and then start going mana positive with the ideas and bounds. Grab the puppetry and we'll just start going. So we draw 3 cards, finding an island. Let's draw 3 cards again. Draw 3, we find the pieces of the puzzle. Let's see. So we have triple hidden strings right now. Let's try a preordain and see if we can find anything good. Brainstorm, I will bottom, top. We've played a land already, so let's brainstorm. Put back land and land. Then let's actually stream ourselves just to get some value going. Put back ideas, 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 and peer. And then now I can peer, making a bunch of mana. We'll take the ideas and bound. I love drawing 3 cards. It looks like our opponent has scooped. So thank you, opponent. Yeah, we definitely, I think, could have it from there. So our opponent is playing a Pyroblast deck. We want to bring in some Giga Drowses. Don't really need the hidden strings. I mean, we could go up on an island and a muddle, or just keep the hidden strings. So, I mean, I guess I'm just going to keep the hidden strings and submit. We have opened quite a hand. Let's keep. If they have a duress, it's a problem. We have 2 lands, High Tide. Cannot go off from there. So we'll pass to our turn. Our opponent led on a bridge. Play land and go. They go Nile's Spellbomb. Not very much of a problem. We can always tap it with the Giga Drowse or anything really. I'll preordain looking for lands. I will bottom the Giga Drowse. I'll keep the High Tide. I think, well, we have enough to go mana positive, so maybe I should bottom the High Tide. Let's look for lands. I'll pass the turn. We found a Stream of Thought, which is not very good. They play a Dross Forge Bridge. And Wildfire their land. So it's up to me, my turn. If we find a land, we can turn 3 them. No land. Let's start with the preordain, looking for lands. So bottom, top, and then we will preordain again. I'm going to bottom both. No lands. I think I discard. This is a tough one. We really need these to go mana positive. If I High Tide, then Puppetry, it's mana neutral. Giga Drowse can be very good. Stream of Thought, if I discard, it's going to make my life hard. But I can definitely work through it. because I can just muddle the stream. I feel that the correct discard is the Giga Drowse. Our opponent has 5 mana. They're choosing to play the best lands in the format, the Pixel lands. They play a Chrysalis, leaving open the black for the Spellbomb. Plays a Refurbished. All right, I will discard the Brainstorm. Any lands here? No lands. Let's Merchant Scroll. Grab a High Tide. Unfortunately, not drawing lands. Our opponent's using the mana from the Chrysalis to Fanatical Offering. They crack the Spellbomb right now to draw a card. Interesting. So now I feel like I can discard the stream if they play another Chrysalis. I mean, Refurbished. But they are playing a Chrysalis instead of Refurbished. It's too bad we don't have a way to get to 3 lands. They map finding a Wellspring. This is 8 damage. All I need is another land. Hidden Strings would do it. I only have 2 of those in the deck now. Okay, this does it, I think. High Tide. Cast a High Tide. Cycle. We grab a land. We play the land. Now I can here untap. Or I can puppetry 2 lands. I think I'm just going to peer untap. Right now that's mana neutral. We'll take the ideas. Then we'll do a mana neutral ideas. Found a High Tide. So let's untap, untap. Cast High Tide. Stream of Thought myself. This is looking pretty sketchy. Here, ideas, pieces, ideas. We have 5 mana. We have to untap these 2. Just 1 puppetry in hand. And then I have to hope that this Deep Analysis hits. Although I guess we have 2 draws. We draw 2. We find a pier. Never didn't have it. So this pier is mana positive by 1 mana. But, what's going on? Did they concede? Okay, sorry. We'll take the ideas. Then we'll draw some cards. Hoping to hit more piers and stuff. Fortunately, we hit a Merchant Scroll and no lands. So we're going to have to Merchant Scroll for a pier. Grab that pier. Pier again. Now we have 3 mana left. Definitely taking the ideas. I'm prioritizing for sure any number of arcane spells. We'll draw 3. Ideas on the stack. Pieces of the puzzle and muddle. We have 8 mana. 1, 2 ideas. This is tough. I think probably the safest play is to grab an Ideas Unbound here. Because it's still sort of mana positive. We have 2 ideas left in the deck. Some number of puppetries as well. But you could YOLO it on the puzzles. So having found the strings is quite good. So let's draw 3 off the ideas. And I think I found a second puppetry here. I did, and a pier. Okay, so now I don't think that we can fizzle. Let's just go for puzzles. Grab the stream. Oh, sorry, I get 2 things. Stream pieces. I have 4 mana. Let's pier. Untap some lands. Another pier is great because now I can untap even more lands. I'll scroll over in my hand. Here again. We grab High Tide. Cast the High Tide, and then I will go ahead and replicate this stream 1 time. Target you, target me. It's mostly because I have this hidden strings in hand that I feel very confident here. Target myself. Okay. We'll put back the arcanes. Pier, ideas, and then that stream. It's important that you put the stream back on the first stream of thought, because if they have something to like exile the graveyard, they have to do it before the stream resolves. They can't do it like during the resolution of the stream. We have 8 mana. Let's cast pieces of the puzzle. We find Ideas Unbound and pier. That's great. Let's move all the lands to the side of my hand and just kind of reconfigure everything. Draw 3 cards with the Ideas Unbound, splicing on my double puppetry. Draw 3. Okay. Feel quite confident. We have 10 cards left on deck. Forgot about the whole combo time thing. Let's get it done. Draw 3 again. Okay, Ideas Unbound on the stack. We draw 3 cards. We untap our lands. Let's move these over here. No streams are left in the deck. We have 17 mana. I'm going to go ahead and pier, untapping my 2 lands. I would think taking the ideas is correct, but I'll put the stream on top. We have 6 cards left in deck. This should actually draw the stream. Draw 3 cards. Yep, stream was the top card. We have hidden strings. 29 mana. They have 41 cards in deck. I think I'm just going to try and get them dead here. Here, get the brainstorm. Deep Analysis is in our graveyard right now. Here again, 25 mana. Take the Lorien. Almost said no there. You do want to untap things. Let's hidden strings. We're at 41 mana. Untapping. Now I have 49. Untap again. And it looks like our opponent's conceding. All right, we win the match. We're 3-0 on to round 4. Round 4 on the play. I like it. I mean, this hand is fine. I guess I'm keeping. It's definitely not great. It's got an abundance of lands. We can play land cycle, and then we could potentially just go Ideas Unbound and discard some number of lands. That could be pretty decent. I wonder what our opponent's going to do. I like to just use my mana as much as possible. Play Island, pass the turn. Mountain, not great. Epicure. So let's cycle this land. Or I cycle the Lorien Revealed, grabbing an island. Muddle the Mixture. So I can afford to discard these 2 lands. Let's cast Ideas Unbound. We'll discard land, and Preordain. Here we have High Tide. We can muddle for the puppetry. We can also pieces to put cards back in our hand. Our opponent has a turn 2 Kessig. They're probably looking at a turn 3, turn 4. So do I muddle or do I pieces? I think I want to pieces. We find puppetry and ideas. Okay. So this turn we can High Tide. We'll have 4 mana. Muddle for the puppetry. Cycle. That is not enough to win. So we need to draw a land or draw a puppetry or High Tide. Now, I think that the red deck is one of the harder decks for us to beat, so it'll be interesting to see if we can win here. I think game 1 you can win, but post-board is very difficult. So High Tide, 4 mana, cycle this. Then I have 3, 4, 5 mana. Then I can Ideas Unbound, going to 4 mana. Or, I mean, it looks like they have, this is 10 damage, 11, 12, 13. So we'll be at 3. So maybe I can cycle this for an island, play the island, and then tap them on their upkeep. So we're going to here and tap your land. If they have instant speed card, like a bolt, they could just bolt us. That would be 5 damage. They ping us. It looks like they do have the bolt. So we'll go to 11 here. I guess 10. Hopefully my math is correct and they can't kill me. We could have tried to YOLO. I felt like it was not that great. So we can take Hidden Strings or Ideas Unbound. If I take Hidden Strings, I go High Tide, Muddle, 3 mana. If I take Hidden Strings, I go High Tide, Hidden Strings, Muddle, mana neutral. So I think I take the Hidden Strings. We're not going to untap their land. And let's see if they can kill me on their turn 4. We're at 10. This puts us to 8. Lava Dart would put me to 2. They play Synthesizer, putting me to 7. Okay, Fire Blast kills me. Does it? Lightning Bolt puts me to 2. Any spell plus Fire Blast kills me. They have Galvanic Blast, which is 4, 5, 6 mana. 6 damage. We'll go to 1. And if they pass the turn, they're dead. Yay, they're dead. Haha. So let's Hidden Strings here. Untap. Muddle the Mixture. Here we want to transmute for the puppetry. Well, hopefully they're dead, but you know the odds are good. Grab the puppetry. And then we will Ideas and untap these lands. We cannot flash back the Deep Analysis now. I think I still have a land drop this turn. Here. Untap, untap. We have a High Tide or a Pier. Probably better to take the Pier still. Really what we're looking for is an Ideas Unbound. Here, and what will we find? There's the Ideas. We could, that was the second High Tide that went to the bottom. A little sketcy. We're going to draw 3. We can use the Lorien Reveal to shuffle. That is not good. Not good at all. Play a land. 5 mana. 7 mana. So if I Lorien Revealed, I'll go back up to 4 mana with the Hidden Strings. Try the Lorien Revealed. Okay, we're going to go back up to 4 mana with the Hidden Strings. Yeah, this one is going to get away from us, I feel. We're still just mana neutral. A lot of the High Tides went to the graveyard, or to the bottom already. We found a High Tide. Oh, that was so clutch. So High Tide costing 1 mana. We have 1 floating. Now I can tap this one for 3. So now I'm still at 4 mana. I can puppetry these. Then we'll have 6 mana. And then I can peer. Okay, I can stream and then grab a peer. So, well, let's take the stream. Untap. We have, no, maybe that doesn't work. Stream, peer, crud. That wasn't great. So let's stream myself. Put back the ideas. Ideas. Any more? 1 more. And then we're going hard on this preordain. Bottom, top the brainstorm. We'll cast the brainstorm. Put the 2 lands back. We whiffed hard. So let's untap these 2 lands. And now what do? We can scroll for a puppetry. Scroll for a peer. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4 peers in the deck. So I have to just puzzle. Find the ideas and the stream. I'm feeling very unconfident now. Drawing Hidden Strings would actually help a ton. Draw 3. We drew another High Tide. What does that do? Not very much. We have 3 mana. I think I died. Okay, they got me. Yeah, I couldn't win on my turn 4, and then this turn really got away from me. Unfortunate. That's okay. So now we have to try and figure out how to win against a burn deck. We're going to be on the play, which matters. So my previous solution was to cut the Muddles and the Giga Drowse for 3 Hydroblast. Let's see how that works out. Okay, we're on the play. Our opponent's bringing in Pyroblast, maybe even Relic. We have a 0 lander, so we mulligan. All right, I guess this is fine. Keep, put back the stream, play the island, and pass the turn. We're looking to probably cast Ideas Unbound. They get in with a Clockwork. We're looking to cast Pieces of the Puzzle on turn 3. What is going on here? There we go. Interface was getting weird. We'll go to 19. We found a High Tide. Okay, not a big, not a problem. I will accept a High Tide. Our opponent plays a Tomb Raider and another creature, Chain Lightning. Not a creature. We'll go to 13. Land pieces. We take puppetry and puppetry. So if they tap out, they die. If they don't tap out, we can try to puppetry their 2 lands on the next turn. They bolt us. Bolt. So now we die to a Fire Blast. They're getting in for 3. We'll go to 4. Definitely just straight up die on turn 3 to a Fire Blast. So Burn got a bunch of, they had the Fire Blast. Well played, Kikis. You know what? Burn's still strong. Could not win on my turn 3, and we lose the match. We'll see you in round 5. Round 5, we're on the play. No lands. Arg. Okay, we've got a land. We got 2 lands. Stream. We can put back the stream. Keep. We're gonna play a land and pass. Oops. Oh my god. Okay, F6. Thought I F6 without playing a land. That would have been real bad. Our opponent on Ancient Den. Theoretically, that should be good for us. We're going to brainstorm. I'll put back land. Go to my turn. Play a land. Cast a Pieces of the Puzzle. Or Peer Through Depths. I'm all over the place. I will take the High Tide. And pass. Our opponent goes Candy Trail. So our turn 3 is looking like a Pieces of the Puzzle. Trying to make up some of that mulligan disadvantage. They top, playing a Mountain. We'll go to 19 from the Novice Inspector attack. Another land is okay, but not great. All pieces. Our opponent's going to Galvanic Blast. In response to the pieces, fine. We have Merchant Scroll and another Hidden Strings. So I can go like High Tide, Scroll for Pier. I think I want the Hidden Strings. I just need the mana boost. We need another High Tide or a Puppetry. They play a Braided Bluffs. We'll go to 13 from their attack. I think I probably have another turn. So I should probably just scroll for the Puppetry. And then Preordain. Ideas on Mountain Scroll. I'll just top both. Play the land. Pass the turn. So our plan is they bolt us to 10. Or Galvanic to 9. Okay, that's not great. So this could go 8. They have double Galvanic, we're dead. That would be pretty unfortunate to draw 4 Galvanics in 11 cards. They didn't have it. We'll go High Tide, Merchant Scroll. Currently we have 4 mana. Merchant Scroll, and then High Tide is still at 4 mana. High Tide. We can now Ideas Unbound at mana neutral. And let's see if the Hidden Strings going mana positive will be useful, or if I should have taken that Lorien. And I have 4 mana left over after this, so I can scroll, grab the Puppetry. Now I'm starting to go mana positive. So I could just Hidden Strings. Let's do that. Untap. We have 9 mana. That's enough to Lorien Revealed, and then also Pier plus untap 2 lands. So first I'll draw 3 cards. Another High Tide. So let's cast the High Tide. And that's great because now we're super mana positive. Here, untap. I'll take, I guess, the Lorien just because it's the most cards. Untap. Use the Hidden Strings to untap 2 lands. And then cast the Lorien. Okay, untap these lands. And draw 3 cards. No problem. That works for me. Brainstorm pieces. Let's cast a Pier. I'm really trying to hit an Ideas Unbound. We have not gotten there yet. We got 1 Ideas Unbound so far. Here, triple Puppetry makes a ton of mana. There's the Ideas Unbound. And we will go ahead and untap. We need to tap 2 lands so I can cast the Ideas with double Splice. Untapping all the way to all the lands. Draw 3 cards, untap those lands. Let's brainstorm, put back the irrelevant cards, being the island and the island. Cast the pieces of the puzzle. So we go through those 2 islands, just binning them, which I think is pretty important and useful. Get brainstorm and preordain. Not the greatest. Okay. Cast a High Tide that we drew off. I'll cast a brainstorm on accident. Put back Giga Drowse and an island. Go ahead and preordain. Put them on the bottom. Now I'll cast that High Tide that I meant to cast. 10 mana. Actually, I have quad Puppetry, so gotta tap 4 lands. We'll draw 3 cards with this Ideas Unbound. 9 mana in pool. Let's see what else we've got. A Stream of Thought. So let's stream, target you, replicate it 2 times. That's exactly 9 mana. We'll target ourselves with the first one. Rest go to you. We're just going to put back as many Arcanes as possible and maybe some Muddles. So Pier, Ideas. And then now we have more Arcanes with Pier, Ideas, and Pier. Now let's put back things that draw lots of cards. So pieces, Lorien, pieces. Cast the pieces of the puzzle. We'll grab Ideas and Ideas. It's okay to bin the rest of the cards. It's not that big of a deal. Let's tap all of our lands and draw lots of cards, making lots of mana. We're holding the yes key to make sure we untap all of our lands without having too much interaction anyway. Let's do it again. Okay, untap those lands, draw some cards. Currently we have 30 mana in pool. Let's see what's going on over here on the side of our hand. Some Peer Through Depths, huh? 35 mana. They're at 41. We have the Deep Analysis in hand. Just going to go ahead and kill them. Let's stream to untap 2 lands. We currently had 58, so more than enough mana. Our opponent lightning bolts. Sure. So we can't die to that. Cracks a clue. Unnecessary. I mean, that seems like BM to me. Like, come on, man. If you're the one that's bored, just concede, right? So we're going to replicate this 9 times. Get to see their entire deck. And move to the next game. Spam clicking to replicate on our opponent. We'll put back stream and then 4 cards. Or 3 cards. A lot of the time in the deck is just made up in resolve in the stream of thought. Cancel here and dome you. Donk. Okay, our opponent died. So they've got Thraben Charms in the main deck. Otherwise, just a classic Boros build. They do have a Bajuka Bog. We'll bring in the Giga Drowse. I think that versus these kinds of decks, we want to just Giga Drowse them. And then we can go Hidden Strings. I don't think we really need the speed. We can go up on the island, down, and then because the Giga Drowses need the islands to cast, which is interesting. Then we can like maybe play a Muddle. Maybe we go Snap Island. That seems fine. We can search out the Snap with the Merchant Scroll, but we're not trying to win super fast. They're kind of a slow deck. They're a mid-range deck. No big deal. Okay, this is a great hand. We'll keep. We can turn 1 Brainstorm, turn 2 Scroll for the High Tide. Feels good. Our opponent leads on a Ping Land, Abraded Bluffs. We'll go to 19. Turn 1 Brainstorm. Sorcery Speed Brainstorm. Sorcery Speed Brainstorm. Living the dream. Opponent is taking their sweet time, letting me resolve my Brainstorm. Okay. Actually like all these cards, right? So put back Brainstorm and Giga Drowse. We're going to draw the Giga Drowse the next turn. We can scroll for the High Tide. Then turn 3, we cast Pieces of the Puzzle. They play a Synthesizer, finding a Glinthawk, which can pick up the Synthesizer for no value, unfortunately. They'll just have a 2/2 in play. They pick up the Synthesizer, exiling a Plains forever. Scroll. We have 2 of our 3 pieces required to start going infinite. High Tide. Now, casting Pieces of the Puzzle will cause me to have to discard a hand size. Not the greatest. They play the Synthesizer, revealing a Glinthawk, and then play another Glinthawk, picking up the Synthesizer. Let's see if they find a land. They find a Thraben Charm that does not do anything. They get in for 2, playing a land. Let's play land and cast a Preordain. I'm looking for lands and High Tides. So I think I bottom the Brainstorm, top the land, and pass. We can end step up here. Let's just see what our opponent does. They ping us to 16. This will put us to 12. Synthesizer. All right. They find a core Skyfisher. Will they play the Skyfisher? They decline. Puts me to 12. Plays a Glinthawk. Okay. Picks up the Synthesizer, finding a Skyfisher. I'll cast a Pier. Looking for High Tide or Puppetry. Find the Puppetry. I'll play a land. So this is 6 damage. Interesting. I guess we could have tried to go for it, but I was a little bit concerned about a Lightning Bolt. Guess I'm just going to let them get in. If they have Double Bolt, we lose. Galvanic Blast is only 2 damage right now. Synthesizer. They find Synthesizer. Okay. Synthesizer again. I'm going to oops. Oh, crap. I misclicked. Oh, God. Misclicked hard. That was not great. Here. Tap this. Tap this. That was so bad. Jeez. I was not paying enough attention. I meant to Giga Drowse their lands, and I clicked the wrong spell. So they Galvanic Blasted 1. We'll just counterspell. Oh, jeez. I think I'm gonna Shame Scoop. Oh my god. Galvanic Blast me to 4. Synthesizer resolves. They find a Great Furnace. Yeah, that was so bad. So bad. Okay. That's what happens when you're not paying enough attention. Jeez. Oh my goodness. I wonder if I want the snaps over the strings. That might be useful. So, am I even playing strings? Got one snap. Models. We're on the play. I think we'll just keep it the way it is. Guys. So they would have had a red blast, right? So they would have countered the high tide anyway. What a way to end the league, just like me being a dummy. We have high tide in hand, muddle, keep. So I will fetch a land on turn 1, play a land, pass the turn. Our opponent plays Windsguard Crag going to 21 life. I guess I don't need to cycle the Lorien. I'll play a land, pass the turn again. Candy Trail from the opponent. Okay. Do I think that they have a Hydroblast? Or Pyroblast? They go ahead and Thraben Inspector. So no Pyroblast shown at the moment. We can land, cast up pieces of the puzzle, putting me back to 7 cards in hand. We'll take here and snap. So stream in the graveyard is a problem, but it's not the worst thing that's ever happened. When it gets in for 1. Plays a Core Skyfisher. So we can now cast the scroll. Let's see if they Pyroblast it. I guess I'm gonna counter your Pyroblast. Grab my puppetry. They play a Candy Trail. The one thing we care about right now is their red land for Pyroblast effects. But we still need a second Hydroblast or High Tide or Psychic Puppetry. Now they have more lands with 2 cards in hand. Find Giga Drowse, so I'll go ahead and cycle. They likely cannot win on their turn, and the Giga Drowse is going to stuff them. Grab the land, play the land, pass the turn. They crack a clue to draw a card. I think I might have drawn off the Candy Trail. It just doesn't really matter, I guess. They played a land. Okay. Gets in for 3. Sure. All right. They're drawing a card off the Candy Trail, using one of their red lands, which is nice because now it allows me to just multiple Giga Drowse. Or Skyfisher. Looks like they're going to pick up the Thraben Inspector. Will you cast it? No. I'm just going to double Giga Drowse this then. Replicate 1 time. And save the targets. So they can bolt me. We'll go to 10. I could peer. Double Puppetry. There we go. High Tide. Never didn't have it. Let's draw 3. Okay, another High Tide. Perfect. High Tide. We found a stream. We did bin a stream, right? So I think it makes sense to brainstorm. Get rid of the preordain and the snap. Stream myself for 1. Put back stream. Ideas. Puppetry. Pieces muddle. Or pieces, that's fine. And then start going off. Didn't really need the snap. So our stream is back in the deck. Let's grab the Ideas Unbound. Lots of nice cards there. Unfortunately, we're not going to draw. But we could find them with the Muddle the Mixture. We're going to draw 3 cards and untap 2 lands with the Puppetries. Another Ideas Unbound. We have another land. Let's draw 3 cards, untap 2 lands. You could maybe use the pieces first there to see if you found a High Tide. And we ended up finding a High Tide, so that would have been a little bit better. Let's cast the pieces. We'll take Pier and Lorien. Do I have any High Tides left in my deck? Let's check with the scroll. 1 left. Grab that High Tide, cast the High Tide. We are extremely mana positive, which is going to allow us to start casting the Loriens. Just going to cast the Pier first, getting some extra mana. Take the Brainstorm over the scroll. We don't really need to scroll for anything at this moment. Tap this and draw 3 and draw 3 again. Then we can use the Brainstorm to fix our hand. Okay, what do we draw? Ideas. Move the Puppetries over and cast the Brainstorm. So now we put back the 2 blanks, which are the islands. Drawing even more things. We actually have, what? How much mana do we have? 13. And since I found the stream, I'm just going to replicate targeting you with 1 replicate. Point the first one at myself. That gets rid of those islands and allows me to put back the stream of thought. And pure ideas. Now I will put back here, High Tide, Muddle, Lorien. Just cards that draw cards or cards that have value. Let's start by drawing cards. So ideas on the stack, draw 3. Opponent taking a little break here, using their clock. We draw 3 cards, we untap our lands. I found another puppetry, so let's move it over here. Let's draw 3 and untap. Multiple islands in hand. I'll go ahead and brainstorm putting back the islands. And then here, I'm just going to use the puzzle. Let's High Tide first, of course. And then puzzle to get rid of those islands. Forever. 13 cards left in deck. The Giga Drowse and Pier. Maybe I don't need the Giga Drowse. It's like kind of a waste. Let's take the Pier. 8 cards left in deck. Let's puzzle. This will put me to 3 left in deck. We'll take Stream, Ideas Unbound, and then cast the Ideas Unbound, drawing to 0 cards in deck. Okay, we'll go to 0. I'll go ahead and stream you. We'll replicate it 2 times. I'll point 1 at me, 2 at you. Put back Stream, Ideas, and High Tide. And then put back Ideas. So that's 5 cards. Lorien, 6 cards. Lorien, that's 7 cards. Then go ahead and just put back nothing, I guess. Doesn't really matter. I guess High Tide, Brainstorm, Puppetry, Lorien. At this point, nothing really matters. Our opponent's super dead. We have 11 cards in library. I was thinking I could like get to a 6 card loop, just make it faster. I don't think it particularly matters. Let's draw 3 cards. We have 8 cards in library. I can scroll, get that High Tide that I put in there. Scroll, take the Brainstorm. Then we'll go High Tide, High Tide. We've got our 4th puppetry in hand. And we're just going to close it out. Nice little 4-1. Losing to Burn is, you know, I think that matchup specifically is kind of tough. And maybe that is what's going to cause High Tide to not get banned. That's funny. All right, we are 3 cards in deck. Move the Ideas Unbound over. We'll draw. It's so funny that Kuldotha Rebirth was banned, but Burn is still like one of the best decks. Tomb Raider's good. Tomb Raider's a good card. I laugh. Okay, so all our islands are untapped. We'll make a ton of mana. We'll point the Stream of Thought at our opponent. Bonk. We get to replicate it 8 times so that they will mill 36 cards. And our Borosynth opponent is sad, but we get that 4-1. That puts me at 5-0, 5-0, 4-1. You know, dodging Burn is a skill. We'll put back Stream, Ideas, and Ideas. Okay. Now, I swear I wouldn't be using all the way down to 7 minutes on clock, but my computer is lagging a bit. Don't know what's going on. We'll fix it at some point. Oh well. Bam, we're going to win that match. Okay, 4-1, only losing to Mono Red Burn. I think the worst matchups in the format are Mono Red Burn and Mono Blue Fae. So if you want to beat High Tide, you want to be playing one of those 2 decks. Otherwise, I think that High Tide does walk all over a lot of people, which is sad because I really want to play the deck and I don't necessarily want it banned. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I'm sure the PFP is watching, seeing how things are going. Remember, if you're interested in playing High Tide and you want to play my version of the deck, there is a sideboard guide on Patreon. And if you want more videos like this one or just cool Pauper videos, check out my channel and we'll see you in the next video.